On the 1st of January 2012, the Australian regulator introduced a market supervision cost recovery regime. This regime charged market participants a supervisory levy based on the number of messages and transactions for which they were responsible. In effect, it imposed a tax on traders with high order-to-trade ratios. Using the market quality dashboard, we analysed the impact of this regime change on the fairness and efficiency of the Australian marketplace. To begin with, we select the Global Venues tab and choose the ASX marketplace. We also select a time period which includes the 12 months either side of the regime change. Looking first at the order-to-trade ratio, we see that the introduction of the messaging tax resulted in a reduction in the order-to-trade ratio. Just prior to the change, the market was averaging around 7 orders per trade, having risen from about 4 a year earlier. Curiously, there was a little burst of activity immediately prior to the change, as if to take advantage of the fee-free period. In the wake of the tax, however, the number of orders per trade fell initially to 6, and within a year was where it had been earlier. Selecting ASX from the Events menu brings up all the market design changes over the relevant period. The introduction of the cost recovery regulation was Event 17 in the sequence. Clicking on Event 17 enables you to see the details of how and why the tax was to be implemented. If we now change the metric of interest to the average order life of untraded and deleted orders, we can see that the additional cost associated with higher order-to-trade strategies appears to have resulted in a general increase in the order lifespan, from around 250 seconds per order before to around 300 seconds after. Transactions cost, as measured by effective spreads, does not seem to have changed in the wake of the tax, and price discovery, as proxied by market impact costs, has remained about the same level, but clearly is less variable post the change and so therefore positive. No change in transactions cost, but a positive change in price discovery suggests a positive change in efficiency in the wake of the introduction of the messaging tax. Looking at the implications of the messaging tax now for market fairness, we reviewed the level and variability of information leakage and market manipulation pre and post the regime change. For this purpose, we use metrics known as information leakage and dislocation of the end-of-day price. There is no perceptible change in either measure pre and post the change. Subject to ensuring that alternative proxies for fairness and efficiency tell us the same story, a positive change in efficiency with no change in market fairness leads us to conclude that the change has been positive for the quality of the Australian marketplace.